Welcome back, everyone. It's the Bourbon Judge. We are back at it, and I'm a little excited. This is probably, not my favorite time of the year. My favorite time of the year is fall, but I do love the winter as well. I love the winter because I love being able to enjoy cask strength whiskey. Nothing like it. For me personally, I'm not always sipping cask strength whiskey like in the middle of the summer when it's super hot out. But wintertime, it is my jam. Yes, indeed. All right. Before I give you my 5 favorite cask strength whiskeys that I typically enjoy during the wintertime, let's go ahead and do a couple updates. Number 1, I am like uber close to 20,000 subscribers. So if you're watching today's episode, please make sure you subscribe. I always run into people whenever I'm out traveling, either in Kentucky or other states doing different barrel picks. And people are like, Judge, I watch you all the time. I'm like, have you subscribed? They're like, I haven't did that. So please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Please, please, please. Trying to get a push to 20,000 subscribers. Also, what else is new with me? Brand new merch. This is one of my newest shirts. Really excited about the new merch that we have. If you're interested in buying some Bourbon Judge merch, please make sure you go directly to my website, TheBourbonJudge.com, or you can click on the link in today's episode as well. You have to get it, though, by tomorrow, by Monday night, December 9th at 6 p.m. Eastern. That is the cutoff to make sure that you have your merchandise, the Bourbon Judge merchandise that you order for Christmas. Cool? All right. I am actually leaving in a couple days, headed to the great state of Ohio. Myself and like 15 or 20 people, I think. Different groups, but myself and like 20 different patrons. We are going to Middle West Spirits as well as to High Bank Distillery, both in Columbus, Ohio. We're doing 2 separate barrel picks. So there's like a group of 10 with one and a group of 10 with the other group with High Bank. And we're going to have a little bit of fun. So I'm really looking forward to doing some barrel picks with my patrons. We're going to have a blast. If you're interested in becoming a patron, make sure you go ahead and check me out over on Patreon. All right, let's go ahead and dive into the 5 cask strength bottles that I always enjoy during the wintertime. And I'm going to explain the reason why I picked these 5 as well. And you guys know the judge. I'm always going to end it 9 out of 10 times if I'm doing a list with an asterisk. Cool? All right. So let me go ahead and give you these 5, and I'll explain the reason why I prefer these whiskeys, these cask strength whiskeys. All right. And by the way, I should say, these are not in order. So number 1 is not better than number 2. These are just the 5 that, they are just like my go-tos for sure. All right, let's go to number 1. Number 1 is a brand I would say in the last 12 to 18 months has, literally, it's blown up. Like, big time, it has blown up. I've had numerous different single barrels from them, but even like their full proof is really good as well. But their single barrels, I think, are actually quite amazing. I've had several. I own several different ones myself, and I'm a big fan of this brand. Number 1, Green River. Green River, obviously, out of Kentucky. Of course, the whole connection to Barstown Bourbon Company. Green River is on the map. Their whiskey that they're making out there is just... it's good, man. It's good. And the cool thing about the Green River is the fact that all their single barrels, they're always affordable too. $60, $70, kind of give or take a couple bucks, but always very affordable and great quality whiskey. So that's the reason why I love this whiskey. Like I said, I have several different single barrels from them. I picked this one. I think this is the one from Sealbox, right? It's from Sealbox. I'm a big fan of Green River for sure. Absolutely. All right. That is my number 1. Number 2 is going to, many people, if you watched the channel before, I don't talk about this brand a lot, and I actually need to do a full episode about this brand because I've never actually had this brand on the channel before. I own some of their whiskey, and I've sampled their whiskey at like bars, restaurants, at friends, at like meetups, but I've never actually had this brand on the channel from like me doing a full deep dive on the brand. I need to do that. Number 2, oh man, you want to talk about some great cask strength whiskey? Rare Character. Woo! Rare Character. And this is a single barrel from one of my good friends down in Florida, the Eskimo Brothers, aka Sarasota Liquor Locker. Rare Character, some of their single barrels are just flat out insane. I tasted this at Sarasota Liquor Locker. I was like, yep, that is coming home with me. So I need to do a full episode on everything related to Rare Character. So I'm going to say that for a different day in terms of that episode. I won't dive into it today. But Rare Character, if you have not had a Rare Character single barrel, please do some searching for it. You can find it hopefully with a little bit of hunting, hopefully not too expensive. But Rare Character has some excellent, and I mean excellent quality whiskey. That is number 2. All right. Number 3. Oh boy. So number 3 is not a bourbon, but it lives in the same lane, and it is just so damn good. Here's the reason why it's good. You can find this whiskey all over. It's always affordable, $60-ish, give or take a couple bucks. You can find it all over, always affordable. No matter which bottle you get, it's always going to be consistent, and it's always consistently good. It's a fan favorite amongst most people. Not everyone, but the majority of us whiskey lovers out there. Number 3, not a bourbon, but right there, bourbon's little cousin. Some Tennessee whiskey. Jack Daniels, baby. Woo! The Jack Daniels single barrel proof whiskey. Stop it. Absolutely amazing. Actually, we just got back, funny enough, my patrons and I just got back about a month ago from Jack Daniels. We did a barrel pick with Jack Daniels. We didn't do the Tennessee whiskey. We did the rye. We did the Cask Strength rye whiskey. And that was, whew. I'm telling you, folks, we picked a hell of a barrel. But this is phenomenal as well. The Jack Daniels Tennessee whiskey, Cask Strength. That's what I'm sipping right now. And let me just tell you, man, I love me some Jack. Those banana notes. Oh my gosh. Hey, real quick, 3 quick easy favors. Number 1, hit the like button. Number 2, drop me a comment. Let me know what are some of your favorite Cask Strength whiskeys that you like to sip and enjoy during these cold winter months. Last but not least, please make sure you also subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna say it one more time. Subscribe to the channel. Help me to get to 20,000 subscribers, and also hit the bell so you get notification each and every time I release new content. Cool? All right. Cheers. Whew. Man, JD is so good. Oh my gosh. I'm pouring more as we get to number 4 and 5. I'm pouring more. All right. What is number 4, Judge, and why? Number 4, to me, is a fan favorite. It's a brand that I think, actually, I don't know if I've ever heard someone say that they don't like this brand. Most brands you hear, some people, will say, oh, I like this brand, or I love this brand, or this brand's not for me. This next brand, I don't know if I've ever heard someone say, I am not a fan of this brand. Maybe there is someone out there, but not this one here, not the judge. not in my courtroom. I am a major fan, and I mean major fan, of Wild Turkey. Number 4, Wild Turkey Rare Breed. $65 bottle. You can find it all over. It's everything you want in a Wild Turkey product. It is everything you want in a Wild Turkey product, folks. It's great. It's affordable. You can find it all over. And every time you sip a Wild Turkey Rare Breed, you're like, is there anything else I really need to sip? Honestly, it's the quintessential Kentucky bourbon. It really is. There's no more, no less. You can drop it right there. Epic whiskey. Epic whiskey. Number 4. All right. What is number 5, Judge, and why? What is number 5 and why? Number 5. This is a new fan favorite for the Judge community. I would say probably in the last 6 months. This is a newer brand, Black-owned business. And, when this brand came out, there's a lot of different brands when they come out. Sometimes the whiskey is just okay. Sometimes it's great. Sometimes it's not great. I went on a leap, got this bottle. Number 5, I'm telling you, folks, you need to check out this brand. Number 5 comes from my good friends over at New Dawn. So New Dawn Distilling, oh man, their whiskey. This is their 6-year, the original blend, by the way. This is a 6-year Cask Strength, batch 1, aged 6 years, very affordable. Check out New Dawn Distilling. Make sure you grab this one. They put out some other releases. I have not had the other releases, but the first one, I put some of my patrons onto it. Everyone, and I mean everyone in the Judge community, loves this whiskey. It is delicious. Number 5. Woo! New Dawn Distilling. Let's go. Check them out. All right. So, Judge, what is your asterisk and why? I need another sip of whiskey before I get to the asterisk. Here we go. Cheers again. Woo! Jack Daniels. Damn, it's good. All right. My asterisk. The reason why I put this one in the asterisk category, because a little harder to find, and unfortunately, the price of the whiskey is definitely up there a little bit. It's a little harder to find, a little bit more expensive. Typically, if you do find it, it's probably going to be allocated, unfortunately. Hence the reason why it falls into the category, right? It's hard to find, a little bit more allocated, but if you can find it and you can find it at MSRP, to me, it's worth it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Number 5 comes from our friends over at 13th Colony. This is the 13th Colony, the 15-year anniversary. Man, 13th Colony is putting their foot in some whiskey. I love myself some 13th Colony. This bottle right here, honestly, has some really good memories for me. Me and one of my patrons, we were hanging out after a barrel pick. So I hang out with my patrons all the time. We truly have a special community. So if you're interested in joining, check us out. But me and my buddy Paul, we were hanging out after a barrel pick, and we were in a liquor store in Kentucky. They just put this bottle onto the shelf, and we both got it at MSRP. No store connections, no hookups because, I was the Bourbon Judge. None of that nonsense. We literally walked in the door. They were putting them on the shelf at MSRP. Sometimes right place at the right time, right? Not always about hookups and connections and so forth. Sometimes just pure luck. That was a fantastic story. Hanging out with my buddy Paul, his lovely wife Susie, and Mrs. Judge as well. 13th Colony, 15-year anniversary. Yes, yes, and yes. Hey friends, until the next time, peace, cheers, and most important, salute. Take care. See you guys.